Portland police are warning of a street takeover this weekend, which has led to deaths in the past. We'll tell you what to look out for.
Plus, what makes for an active wildfire season?
And it's getting longer and hotter and drier.
And that's always a go-to response, but it's really only one of the forces fueling fires. What else do we need to consider coming up? And
I'm going to have you just kind of toss this to her real lightly. Juno, go ahead.
Basket.
Good girl.
Oh, yes. I get the assist there, but Juno gets the 2 points. Juno is one of 3 sea otters at the Oregon Zoo that likes to show off their slam dunking skills. So in the spirit of the Paris Olympics, we're going to highlight these Juno-led jam sessions, how they began exactly, all that coming up in a new Drew at the Zoo later this half hour. 6 o'clock hour on the Sunrise Show. Most importantly, we should point out, it is a Friday edition of the Sunrise Show, and we were thankful for that. Rodney Hill, let's talk about that Friday forecast, please.
And still dealing with heat, but yesterday clearly here on the west side of our state, the hottest of the bunch. Here's a look at our Wells Fargo tower camera. This is pretty, a little bit of cloudiness out there. The sun pops up at 5:56. You can see some of the early illumination there in the cloud deck. We're at 72 degrees. Mighty warm out there. One of the warmest mornings of the summer, without question. We still have a KGW weather impact alert because we didn't cool off that much last night, especially for folks who don't have AC. And then we're still going to be back up in the 90s today. And it's still considered on the humid side for our climate. 82 at noon and then 94 degrees for you this afternoon. It will be cooler tomorrow, but for now, here's Chris.
Good to hear that, Rod. Let's take you to the west side. Quick look at Highway 26, the Sunset. This is out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. The traffic coming towards your television screen, right into your living room. That's the eastbound drive. That's in pretty good shape. I-5 near Wilsonville, rolling right along. And a quick check of the trip through North Portland. That looks good as well. Heads up in downtown Portland late this afternoon or around 7 o'clock. The Hawthorne Bridge will be closed for their paving and repair project. It's a full weekend closure from 7 p.m. tonight through 5 a.m. Monday morning. Guys.
All right, Chris, thank you. Our top story at 6 is a huge street takeover happening this weekend in Portland. Police got tipped off about the event on social media and are now planning for a big response when it happens.
We know hundreds of people have showed up for events like this in the past, and some of these takeovers have turned deadly. KGW's Thomas Schultz joins us live now from the Central Precinct with more. So, Thomas, what do we know at this point on a Friday morning?
Yeah, well, Drew, as you might expect, police say that this takeover could be threatening and also, of course, interrupt traffic or emergency vehicles. Now, it's not exactly clear yet where this might happen, although law enforcement say places like Marine Drive, where these have happened before, are spots that people should be cautious of. Now, this isn't new for Portland. Last year, as many as 1,000 drivers and spectators were involved in a street takeover, which Portland police say led to 2 shootings, a murder, and a fatal crash. And police worry it could be really dangerous once again this go-round, though they say they'll do everything in their power to prevent a takeover from happening.
We're committed 100% to making sure that all of us can experience the city in a safe, equitable way.
Now, Portland police expect people to travel to Portland from all across the West Coast this weekend. Gresham and Vancouver PD will also provide additional resources in case this spills into neighboring communities. And police say that if you do encounter that takeover, get out of there. Just turn around and head the other way. Guys.
Thomas Schultz reporting live on a story that we, of course, will be following all weekend long. In other news this morning, a third family has filed a lawsuit against Oaks Amusement Park over a malfunction of its Atmosphere ride. That's the one right there on your screen. Back in June, about 30 people got stuck upside down on that ride for 25 minutes. Willamette Week reported that a parent of a 13-year-old girl filed the latest lawsuit last week, saying that their daughter is now dealing with post-traumatic stress and anxiety, and the family is seeking nearly $350,000 in damages. That ride is still operating, by the way, but it no longer goes fully upside down.
After months of back and forth, Multnomah County has agreed to allow ambulance provider AMR to staff some of its ambulances with a mix of paramedics and EMTs, something already other counties do. The changes are part of a 12-month pilot program aimed at improving lagging response times and ambulance availability. The plan still requires official board approval.
Intel announced it's cutting more than 15,000 jobs after reporting a $1.6 billion second quarter loss. The company's CEO says most of the cuts will come by the end of this year, but it's still not clear how many of those cuts will impact local employees who work at Intel's Washington County facilities.